It's time to sit back, relax, and listen to Change Your Attitude, Change Your Life. Change Your Attitude, Change Your Life will inspire, motivate, and empower you. Live your best life now. Listen, learn, think, and decide. Change your attitude, change your life. And now, here's your host, Joan Herman.
Welcome to Change Your Attitude, Change Your Life. You're listening to us in your neighborhood from coast to coast and around the world. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Joan Herman, author, speaker, and your host. Change Your Attitude, Change Your Life brings you interviews with some of the most inspirational and influential people in the world. It's our goal to educate and empower you so you can live your best life now. Thank you for taking time for yourself, and thank you for letting us be a part of your life. We have another great show for you today. Joining me is Janet Bray Attwood, co-author of the New York Times bestseller, The Passion Test. Janet is here to discuss how we can reignite the power within so we can perform at our best and live the life of our dreams. Janet is a transformational leader and a world humanitarian. Her latest book is entitled Your Hidden Riches. Welcome, Janet. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Joan. It's lovely to be with you.
Janet, in your best-selling book, The Passion Test, you present a process that helps people discover their passion and their life purpose. For someone who is struggling right now, who may be unhappy and unsure of his or her direction, what advice do you offer to help that person begin the process to getting on the right path?
Well, myself, there's been times in my life before the Passion Test when I was struggling. That's why I came up with this little test. It was for me to get out of the pain that I was in. I was failing at this job miserably. And I started thinking, okay, what am I here for? My mom said, that I was so great, but what is my greatness? And so, with the Passion Test, the first thing we tell people to do is get clear. We say, when you are clear, what you choose to have show up in your life. And only to the extent that you're clear, that clarity is power. So in the very first step of the Passion Test that people can do right now, you start with the sentence, when my life is ideal, I am. And then fill in the blanks, thinking about the different areas of your life that, that are affecting you, your health, your career, your relationships, your spirituality. And start to think, what would be the best of the best? Because usually when we're struggling, and I'm going to take out the word usually, when we struggle, it's because we're putting our attention on what we don't want to create. Fear is just vividly imagining exactly what you don't want to have happening. And so with the Passion Test, what we tell people to do is think about the areas of your life that are important and what would be the best of the best for you. And if you're one of those people that right now, and this usually happens, Joan, around, this time of year, where it really gets depressing for many people. What happens is they're, entertaining without even realizing it, thoughts that are, like, oh, God, my life sucks, or, I'll never have a job, or, I don't have enough money to do what I want to do or buy the presents I want to buy. So for everyone, that is feeling this way and it's hard to get out of bed in the morning, what I say is, become a conscious creator. And, if you can't think about what you're passionate about, then think about what you never want to have happen again, and then turn those things around. Giving the Passion Test to a number of 200 homeless women in Miami some time back. This one woman raises her hand. She goes, I don't know what I'm passionate about. And I said, well, honey, what would you like to never have happen in your life again? And she said, I never want to be on the street. I never want to be homeless again. And I said, okay, so what would the best of the best be for you? What would be the opposite of that, the best? And she said, and these tears, Joan, like welled up in her eyes, and she said, I live in a beautiful home. And I said, that's the beginning. What you put your attention on grows stronger in your life. And to the extent that you're clear, what you choose to have show up in your life will. So the very first step is to just start to take a look at, what are those thoughts that you're entertaining? And, if you don't think that your life is an Academy Award-winning movie, change the reel. And how do you change those neural pathways that, as we become older, become neural highways? You start to put your attention on what you choose to create instead of what you don't want to create.
Janet, from your experience with working with all of these people, what do you believe are the major roadblocks that keep someone from living his or her passion?
Right now, there's a survey out, a Harris Poll survey that found that 4 out of 5 working Americans wake up every morning not fulfilled, not happy, not passionate about what they do. And yes, I've traveled all over the world, and I for the last 3 years, I've been seriously on the road, traveling all over the world. And what I found, the number one thing that gets in the way of anyone living a passionate life are 3 things: false beliefs, false ideas, false concepts. In other words, entertaining those thoughts. I'm not good enough. I'm not smart enough. I'm not rich enough. I don't have what it takes. And consistently playing those movies around in their head. And these are what I call neural pathways that eventually turn into neural highways. And we're so powerful. All of us are powerful. No one is any more powerful than anyone else. It's just, where are you putting your powerful attention? Are you putting your attention on what you choose to create, or are you putting your powerful attention on what you don't want to create? Are you putting your attention on what like God, as I said, I'll never be happy. I'll never be happy. Life sucks, and that's just becomes this like mantra that we repeat. And we're so powerful, and everything is an inside-out job that we start to attract everything in our lives to make us, to make that real and true. And so what the Passion Test is here to do is to help everyone to reclaim their power, to start to look at what is it that you're passionate about and put your powerful attention on those things. And then as you do that, what starts to happen, because what you put your attention on grows stronger, because we can become powerful, passionate magnets where the people, the places, and the things start to show up. I don't know why this is. I'm not a scientist, Joan, but I've seen it worldwide that when people start to shift their thinking and start to think about what they want to create and keep their attention on those things, they become these magnets where they start to magnetize everything to them that they need to be able to create the life that they want to create. And the thing is, it's so powerful, is that, all of us, the universe does not play tricks. It's not like some people are lucky and some people aren't. Luck is what happens when preparedness meets with opportunity. So how do we prepare ourselves? We start with our mind. And we start to begin to get clear. And so for everyone listening, what they can do right now is think about the areas in your life that are important to you. Your health, your relationships, your spirituality, your fun. Don't forget fun. Of course, your career. And ask yourself the question, when my life is ideal, I am. And then start to write down, what would be the best of the best of the best be? And that is the very first step, because the Passion Test, Joan, is like a virus. And when I say a virus, it's a good virus, because when you start to ask yourself, what am I here for? What are my passions? What is it that would move my world to the end of my life? Then, we start to just activate that mind to draw to us the answers. And what we most tend to do is forget to ask ourselves. And as you start to ask yourself on a regular basis, the answers will come. And it's not a mistake that you love what you love. The universe doesn't play tricks. My favorite quote in the Passion Test is, what you love and God's will for you is one and the same. What you love and God, and when I say God's will, I mean nature, higher power, the universe, the unified field, whatever name you want to put to that energy that is greater than yourself. And so this is something that everyone can do right now. Just step out of your busy life. The reason why most people aren't living a passionate life is because they've never given themselves that time to really ask themselves, what am I passionate about? So that's the very first step.
Janet, in your new book, Hidden Riches, you talk about the value and the power of rituals. Define rituals. What do you mean when you use the word ritual? What is it and what is it not?
What we're not talking about, their rituals are, these aren't religious practices, although they're great religious practices, or superstitions or habits. What we're talking about when we talk about rituals are conscious, intentional practices we choose to make habitual because they improve our life. So rituals, what they do is, the key is rituals make your life better. Rituals make things real. And the key element for everyone, and all of us can start to create rituals in our own life. Just starting to think, okay, what can I do on a daily basis? And this is, rituals, are something that you do over and over. They're repetitive. They have to have personal meaning for you, and something that you really enjoy doing because you want to do it over and over again. One of the things that Ben Franklin did was he got up every morning, and the first thing he asked himself is, what good am I going to do today? He just set that intention, and intentions are powerful. What good am I going to do today? And then when he went to bed every night, the last question he asked himself was, what good did I do today? So all of us can start, creating rituals that will, add more meaning to our lives. And again, the key elements are that, there's something that you enjoy because you want to do it over and over and over again, because what these rituals do over time is they connect us to the deepest part of our nature. And so when we do these rituals, what we are doing is changing these neural pathways that are not serving us to creating things that, experiences that do serve us. I'll give you an example. Lady Gaga, she suffered from low self-esteem. And what her coach told her was that, what I want you to do, I want you to create a ritual of every day. I want you to say in the mirror for 5 minutes, look at yourself and what is your greatness? What are you good at? What are you worthy of? And this is what she would do over and over and over again. And what that helped her to do was overcome low self-esteem. And so for each and every one of us, look at the areas of our life that may not, that are causing us some suffering. Where can we bring in a ritual that can help us to change those neural pathways?
Janet, very quickly before we run out of time, can these rituals be harmful? I mean, can there be some things that we're doing every day that are causing harm to us?
Well, we have habits. And when we talk about habits, we're not talking about rituals. And lots of us have harmful habits, drinking, smoking, overeating. But when we talk about rituals, Joan, we're talking about conscious, intentional practices that a person chooses to make habitual because they improve our life. So no way. My friend Marcy Shimoff, who is a New York Times best-selling author of Happy for No Reason, in her research she found that 50% of happiness was genetic, 10% environmental, and 40% you have control over. So for everyone, use rituals to add meaning and depth into your life, and to, repeat your rituals that you want to make real in your life so that your life will improve.
Janet, thank you so much for joining us today. If our listeners would like to get more information about the Passion Test or Hidden Riches, you can visit Janet's website, thehiddenriches.com. Janet, in 30 seconds or less, what would you like to leave our listeners with?
What you put your attention on grows stronger in your life, and to the extent that you're clear, what you choose to have show up in your life will. So just remember, you're a powerful being. Where do you want to put your powerful attention? And ask yourself, am I creating the world I want to create, or am I creating the world I don't want to create?
Thank you again, Janet. It was such a pleasure having you here.
Thanks, Joan. Lots of love to you.
We'll be right back. Hi, this is Joan Herman, host of Change Your Attitude, Change Your Life. Did you know that Change Your Attitude, Change Your Life has a free monthly digital magazine that can be read online or emailed to your inbox? Every month, nationally recognized leaders in their field provide information to educate, inspire, and motivate you. We believe in a holistic approach to life, incorporating mind, body, and spirit. Check out a copy of Change Your Attitude, Change Your Life 24/7. Visit cyacyl.com and be sure to tell your friends. Thank you for joining us today. We hope you found the show informative. At At Change Your Attitude, Change Your Life, we believe that knowledge is power. Take what you've learned, apply it, and live your best life now. Remember that the information provided are the opinions of our guests and should never replace the advice of a professional who knows your personal situation. If you'd like more information, visit our website, cyacyl.com. That stands for Change Your Attitude, Change Your Life. While on the site, listen to past shows on demand, read the digital magazine, take part in the book club, and be sure to follow the show on Facebook and Twitter. Until next time, this is Joan Herman. Thanks for tuning in.